Everything you thought you knew about the global economy is about to be turned upside down. The traditional rules that have governed markets for decades are crumbling, and a new order is emerging from the shadows. It's not just a shift, it's a seismic transformation that will redefine wealth, power, and influence. Picture this: the world's largest economies, once unshakable, now teetering on the brink of a profound metamorphosis. The signs are everywhere if you know where to look. In the bustling streets of major financial hubs, whispers of change grow louder. Analysts and experts, once confident in their predictions, now tread cautiously, aware that the ground beneath them is shifting. The current economic landscape is a complex tapestry woven with threads of uncertainty and opportunity. From the rise of digital currencies challenging the hegemony of traditional banking systems to the relentless march of automation reshaping industries, the signs of an impending economic overhaul are undeniable. But it's not just technology that's driving this change. Political tides are turning, with nations grappling for influence in a world where alliances are as fluid as the markets themselves. Consider the recent trends: central banks experimenting with digital currencies, governments enacting sweeping reforms to address inequality, and corporations pivoting towards sustainability in response to both consumer demand and environmental necessity. These are not isolated incidents. They are harbingers of a broader shift. The global supply chain, once a well-oiled machine, is under strain, forcing companies to rethink their strategies and adapt to a new reality where resilience trumps efficiency. Economists are divided, debating whether this is a natural evolution or a forced adaptation to unprecedented challenges. Some see opportunity in the chaos, a chance to build a more equitable and sustainable economic model. Others warn of the risks, cautioning that the pace of change could outstrip our ability to manage its consequences. Amidst this uncertainty, one thing is clear: the economic landscape of 2026 will look vastly different from today. As we stand on the precipice of this transformation, it's crucial to understand the forces at play. Globalization, once hailed as the ultimate economic strategy, is being reconsidered in light of recent disruptions. Trade wars, pandemics, and geopolitical tensions have exposed vulnerabilities in a system that seemed invincible. The question is no longer if change will come, but how it will unfold and who will emerge as the new leaders in this evolving economic order. This is the dawn of a new era, where innovation and adaptability will determine success. For those prepared to navigate the complexities of this shifting landscape, the rewards could be immense. But for those who cling to outdated models, the future may be less forgiving. As we delve deeper into the factors driving this transformation, consider this: are you ready to embrace the change, or will you be left behind as the world moves forward? Underneath the surface of our current global economy, a transformation is brewing, one that could redefine the financial landscape by 2026. The whispers of change aren't just subtle suggestions. They're loud echoes reverberating through the corridors of power and innovation. At the heart of this impending shift, there are pivotal catalysts that demand our attention. Picture this: the relentless march of technology accelerating at a pace never before witnessed. Artificial intelligence, once a mere concept in sci-fi novels, now stands at the forefront, rewriting the rules of industry and labor. Automation is no longer a distant dream. It is our present, reshaping how businesses operate and people work. The question isn't if AI will change the economy, but how drastically. Simultaneously, we find ourselves amidst an era of political upheaval. Nations are redefining alliances, testing the strength of long-standing treaties, and in some cases, turning inward. Trade wars have become a tool of diplomacy, and economic sanctions are wielded like swords. These political maneuvers are not isolated incidents. They form a complex web that influences global markets, creating ripples that can become waves of change. On the financial front, the specter of a looming crisis is ever present. The world remembers the lessons from 2008, yet the financial sector continues to tread precarious paths. Debt levels are soaring, and economic bubbles are inflating, threatening to burst with devastating consequences. The notion of a stable financial system feels like a fragile illusion, with each passing day adding weight to the cracks already visible. Amidst these forces, there's a powerful undercurrent of environmental change. Climate concerns are no longer the realm of activists alone. They have entered boardrooms and influenced policy decisions. The shift towards sustainable energy isn't just an ethical choice. It's becoming an economic necessity. Companies and countries that fail to adapt may find themselves left behind in the new green economy. These catalysts, technological innovation, political reshuffling, financial instability, and environmental urgency, are not acting in isolation. They are intertwining, creating a complex tapestry that is both unpredictable and inevitable. As we edge closer to 2026, the landscape is rife with possibilities, each more tantalizing and terrifying than the last. With these elements in play, we are at a crossroads. The path we choose will determine not just the economic future, but the very fabric of our society. Will we embrace the changes and steer them towards prosperity, or will we resist and regress? This is not just a question for economists or politicians. It's a question for all of us living through a pivotal moment in history. The air is thick with anticipation as we stand on the brink of 2026. Economists worldwide are peering into their crystal balls, attempting to predict what might unfold in this pivotal year. Imagine, if you will, a world where the global economy flourishes beyond expectations. Technological advancements have paved the way for unprecedented productivity. New sectors emerge, driven by innovations in artificial intelligence and renewable energy. Unemployment rates plummet as industries expand and evolve. Governments, emboldened by this economic boom, invest heavily in infrastructure and education, creating a cycle of prosperity that lifts millions out of poverty. But as sunlight filters through this optimistic vision, shadows linger. In another scenario, storm clouds gather on the horizon. The global economy faces severe turbulence. Trade tensions escalate, leading to a fragmentation of international markets. Countries retreat into protectionism, erecting barriers that choke the flow of goods and services. The once solid foundations of the financial system begin to crack under the pressure of rising debts and inflation. In this grim landscape, unemployment soars, and social unrest becomes a frequent headline. The technology that once promised salvation now threatens livelihoods as automation replaces human jobs at an alarming rate. For some, this is not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Yet, there is a middle path, an equilibrium where neither extreme triumphs. In this balanced scenario, the world adapts to new challenges with resilience. Governments and businesses collaborate to harness technology while safeguarding employment. Policies are crafted to ensure that the benefits of growth are widely shared, mitigating the risks of inequality. Climate initiatives gain momentum, driving a green revolution that transforms industries and preserves the planet. The global economy, though not without its hiccups, navigates through uncertainty with cautious optimism. Each of these scenarios holds profound implications. For the tech industry, an optimistic future means a surge in demand for skilled workers and innovative solutions. Conversely, a pessimistic outcome could stifle creativity and lead to a talent drain. The energy sector might see a dramatic shift towards renewable sources, or it could struggle under regulatory pressures and resource scarcity. Financial services could thrive in a prosperous world, yet they might grapple with instability and loss of trust if the economy falters. As we contemplate these potential futures, the question remains, which path will we tread? The decisions made today will shape the economic landscape of 2026 and beyond, influencing not only markets, but the very fabric of society. What role will you play in navigating the tides of change? As the clock ticks towards 2026, the world stands at the precipice of an economic transformation, one that promises to ripple across continents and communities alike. Picture the bustling streets of Shanghai, where the hum of industry echoes through avenues lined with ambitious skyscrapers. This city, emblematic of China's rapid growth, might soon find itself at a crossroads. With shifting global trade dynamics and technological advancements reshaping the economic landscape, China faces both the opportunity to consolidate its position as a global leader and the challenge of adapting to new economic paradigms that emphasize sustainability over sheer industrial output. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, the United States grapples with its own set of challenges and opportunities. The potential economic shift could impact everything from manufacturing hubs in the Midwest to tech giants in Silicon Valley. The question looms: can the U.S. adapt quickly enough to maintain its influence in a rapidly evolving world economy? The nation's ability to innovate and pivot could determine its future role on the global stage, as new economic powers emerge and alliances shift. In Europe, the patchwork of nations each faces unique hurdles. Consider Germany, the continent's economic powerhouse. With its economy deeply intertwined with global markets, Germany is particularly vulnerable to disruptions in international trade. Yet, its strong emphasis on engineering and innovation might provide a buffer, helping it to navigate the turbulent waters of economic change. Southern Europe, however, could struggle more acutely with high unemployment and debt, making adaptation a more formidable task. But it's not just the giants of the global economy that will feel the tremors of change. Smaller nations and local economies could experience profound impacts, often dictated by their agility and resourcefulness. Take, for example, the island nation of Singapore. Known for its strategic location and robust financial sector, Singapore's future hinges on its ability to leverage its strengths in a world moving towards digital and green technologies. Its adaptability could serve as a model for other small economies seeking to thrive amidst global shifts. In contrast, regions heavily reliant on traditional industries, such as parts of the Middle East, may face significant challenges. Countries like Saudi Arabia, which have long depended on oil exports, are under pressure to diversify their economies. The global pivot towards renewable energy sources and the decreasing reliance on fossil fuels present both a threat and an opportunity for these nations to reinvent their economic strategies. As the world braces for this impending economic shift, the impact will be felt on both grand and granular scales, from international trade policies to local job markets. The question remains: how will nations, industries, and individuals adapt to a future that promises to be as unpredictable as it is transformative? The answer lies in the strategies and innovations that will emerge as the world navigates this new economic era. The clock ticks steadily towards 2026, a year poised to reshape our economic landscape in ways we can only begin to imagine. Individuals, companies, and governments stand on the brink of transformation, each needing to adapt swiftly to survive and thrive. But how does one prepare for a future so uncertain, yet so promising? Imagine a small business owner, Jane, who foresaw the digital shift. By 2023, she had already begun integrating AI into her operations, optimizing logistics, and personalizing customer interactions. Jane's foresight allowed her to double her revenue in just 2 years. Her story isn't unique, it's a blueprint. Adopting technology early isn't just about keeping up, it's about staying ahead. Experts suggest that businesses should not only embrace new technologies, but also foster a culture of continuous learning among employees. This mindset ensures that as new tools and platforms emerge, the workforce is ready, adept, and adaptable. On a larger scale, governments play a pivotal role. Consider Estonia, a nation that revolutionized its digital infrastructure long before many others even conceived the idea. By creating a robust e-government system, Estonia streamlined services and attracted global tech investors. The lesson here is clear. Governments must invest in digital infrastructure, not just for efficiency, but to future-proof their economies against global shifts. For individuals, the path forward involves a proactive approach to skill acquisition. The rise of automation and AI means that some jobs will evolve or disappear entirely. But this isn't a cause for alarm. It's a call to action. Upskilling and reskilling are no longer optional. They are essential. Online platforms offer courses that cater to emerging industries, providing opportunities to stay relevant in a rapidly changing job market. Career agility becomes a survival trait, allowing one to pivot seamlessly as industries transform. Yet, adaptation isn't solely about technology or skills. It's about mindset, the ability to embrace change, to see opportunity where others see disruption is a hallmark of success in this new era. Businesses that cultivate resilience and flexibility within their teams often emerge stronger from crises. It's this resilience that allows them to pivot strategies and seize new markets when traditional ones falter. Financial foresight also plays a crucial role. Diversifying investments and preparing for economic fluctuations can cushion the impact of sudden shifts. Financial advisors emphasize the importance of understanding global trends and positioning portfolios to benefit from new economic dynamics. This strategic planning can safeguard assets and ensure growth, even in uncertain times. As we inch closer to 2026, the question remains, are we prepared? The stories of those who anticipated change offer invaluable lessons. Their successes stem from a blend of innovation, preparation, and an unwavering belief in the potential of the future. It's not just about predicting what's next. It's about preparing for it with vision and determination. The next big economic shift isn't a distant storm. It's the dawn of a new era. Are you ready to embrace it? The room is filled with an expectant hush as the air crackles with the anticipation of unfolding truths. It's here, amidst the quiet intensity, that we hear the voices of those who dare to predict the economic tides. People like Dr. Emily Ardmore, a renowned economist whose insights have shaped policy across continents. She leans forward, eyes sharp, her words cutting through the silence like a blade. We are standing at the edge of a new era, she asserts, where digital currencies and green technologies will redefine global markets. But are we truly prepared to embrace this transformation? Nearby, James Chun, an influential thought leader in sustainable finance, nods thoughtfully. The future is not just about adapting, he interjects. It's about anticipating. Those who can foresee the ripple effects of technological advancements will not just survive, but thrive. His statement hangs in the air, a challenge to anyone daring enough to meet it head-on. Their perspectives converge on a singular point: the necessity of agility in the face of rapid change. Yet, there's a tension. Dr. Ardmore poses the question that lingers in the minds of many. How do we ensure that this shift benefits all, not just the privileged few? Her concerns echo those of countless others who fear the widening gap between those equipped to navigate the new economy and those left behind. Chun offers a solution born from his experiences. We must invest in education and innovation. By fostering inclusive growth, we can create a future where prosperity is shared. As the dialogue unfolds, a picture forms, a landscape rich with opportunity but fraught with challenges. The experts agree. The key to unlocking this potential lies in strategic foresight and an unwavering commitment to adaptability. Their words serve as both a warning and a guide, urging individuals, businesses, and governments alike to prepare for a world where the only constant is change. The conversation fades, leaving behind a sense of urgency and a call to action, one that compels us to look ahead, to plan wisely, and to embrace the unknown with courage and clarity. The world is shifting beneath our feet, a dance of economies and markets that feels both familiar and unsettling. We find ourselves at the brink of 2026, a year that promises not just change, but transformation. Through the lenses of economists and visionaries, we've glimpsed a future where adaptation is not just an option, it's a necessity. As we navigate this evolving landscape, we're reminded of the importance of flexibility, the ability to pivot and adjust as new challenges arise. Economic landscapes are no longer static. They're fluid, demanding a mindset that embraces innovation and foresight. Consider the insights shared by those who shape our understanding of finance. They speak of a world where technology and sustainability are no longer mere buzzwords, but foundational pillars. The integration of artificial intelligence into traditional industries, the shift towards green energy, and the reimagining of global supply chains are not distant possibilities. They're the reality we're stepping into. In this era, staying informed and agile becomes the hallmark of resilience. It's not enough to react. We must anticipate, prepare, and act with intention. Yet, the question lingers. Are we truly prepared for what's to come? The strategies discussed highlight the need for continuous learning and adaptability. They urge us to question the status quo, to seek out new opportunities amidst uncertainty. This era demands that we not only embrace change, but also become architects of it, shaping our paths with informed choices and strategic foresight. As we stand on the precipice of this new economic age, the call to adapt echoes louder than ever. Let this be a reminder that in the world of tomorrow, those who thrive will be the ones who master the art of adaptation.